Hey everyone, and here's my third entry to the Global Virtual Orchid Show. First of all, here is just my orchid wall, which I thought would be nice to show you real quick. And I have several things in bloom here, but most of them, well, all of them are no IDs here, so I won't be entering them. But this one here does have an ID, and it is the gigantea cross with sumatrana. And I really like gigantea crosses, which is unfortunate because they're huge. Like if you look at this leaf, that's quite a difference from the mini mark that I showed you earlier, isn't it? And I've heard they can get far, far larger. It started blooming for me about 3 weeks ago. It was actually in bloom when I came back from my trip, so maybe it was blooming for a little bit longer than that because I wasn't here, I wouldn't know. And it has 3 lovely blooms, as you can see right over here. There is, however, a 4th bud over here. Oh, sorry. Which somehow never really developed into a flower, which is a little bit sad. But nevertheless, I've got 3 lovely flowers. And one thing I really like about this, which is something you also see on the speciosa, you see the little fuzz on the lip, the hair. So speciosa has it a little bit more, but this one has it as well, and I quite like that. So the way this blooms is that it makes this flower spike, and as you can see, it's already had lots of old blooms. It's a consecutive bloomer, just like, or sequential bloomer, just like most of the Phalaenopsis. And it just kind of continues to extend that spike and create more flowers on the same flower spike. In this case, it created 3, but when I bought it, it had 4. And I bought it in November, so about half a year ago now. No, not half a year ago. A few months ago. Time does fly. And the flowers from gigantea hybrids tend to face downwards, which is one of the reasons I put her up on the wall here, so that when I'm sitting on the couch, which is down there, then I can look up and I can see it looking at me, and it's a very nice view, and I just like sitting on the couch now. But regardless, so it's about the orchid, right? I'm rambling. You can see it has nice red spots. They're not really a very vivid red, although they are more vivid towards the tips. And as they get close to the center, you can see it kind of fades out into a kind of old red-brown. And then you have the green, the yellow in the center and the pink lip. And actually the colors are a little bit more muted than they were when I bought it. So maybe it has to do with the amount of energy it has. I think it has to do with light levels. I think the light levels in my apartment aren't quite high enough. And it does actually have a scent. And unfortunately, it's one of those fragrances where I'm really terrible at describing it. It just smells florally and perfumey to me. It's pleasant, you know, but not like my Cloecia, where I can tell you exactly what it smells like. It's a nice smell. And it's not overly strong either. You have to kind of get in the neighborhood of the flowers to be able to smell it. Yeah, and another thing I really like about this orchid are all these roots over here. It has a lot of just dangling aerial roots. And one of the things I like to do pretty much daily is just take my little spray bottle here and moisten them up a little bit. Keeps them alive, makes them look nice and green. Just like that. So that was my third entry into the Global Virtual Orchid Show of 2020 with the Phalaenopsis gigantea crossed with Phalaenopsis sumatrana.